Thursday, March 5th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, for the day, alongside my producer behind the boards, Mike Bennett. And I have a lot to talk about today. I have a lot to talk about because just before we went live, Mike heard me, and I believe Peter, who's in the background, who we're going to talk about in just a second, heard me as well. I was storming around the office, yelling and screaming, I told you so, because in the Forward Progress group chat back in January, we had a conversation about the Chicago Bears. And you know what I said? I said, DJ Moore is awful. We need to get rid of this guy. I've been on the get rid of the DJ Moore train for a while now. And I was told no one's going to take him. Why would anyone trade for that contract? He's not good. Yet, all season I had to hear how great of a player DJ Moore is, but no one wants him. Interesting. Well, as the news breaks as we go live, DJ Moore traded to the Buffalo Bills. Now, we don't know what the compensation is. It could be for free. But if you're the Chicago Bears and you get out of that contract, that's incredible. So, George, I have a challenge to you. I want you to come back on air soon because on Monday, you had a take. You had a little bit. I actually really like this segment. I want to throw George a bone here. It was a good segment. But one of your takes, hot take, cold take, one of your hot takes was that the Cowboys are in a better position to win the Super Bowl than the Bears right now. And oh my gosh, George, I invite you back on. You can take that back. You're allowed to. Listen, new information's presented itself. Tons of cap space now for the Bears. This is a great opportunity, and I will tell you right now, the Bears are definitely in a better position to win the Super Bowl than the Dallas Cowboys. I had to get that off my chest. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Do us a favor before we get into the show. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit that subscribe, and we have a great lineup for today. No football talk. Don't worry. That was the only one. That was only a little bit. You're going to get batting leadoff. We got Peter Appel coming on. He's been on the show before. You saw him during the World Series run.
Yep.
Talked a little bit about baseball. We're going to talk about the WBC, World Baseball Classic. We're underway. I believe Group C has started playing their games. Going to talk a little bit about some futures, some games that are going to be played today and tomorrow. We're also going to talk about some MLB futures. Take a look at some awards markets, stock up, stock down, things of that nature. Peter's also covering over on his show, a division by division preview. So if you haven't checked that out already, go check that out on the Just Baseball show. And then finally close out the show, Alex, So Money, Edgework. We're back. I'm going to give So Money the gears because I've been texting him all week or the last 2 weeks trying to meet up with him when I was in Vancouver, but no response. I don't know how I feel about that. I'll give him the gears. We're going to talk a little bit about the NHL trade deadline. And then it's Edgework as usual. Go through game by game. Talk about the games you like. Chat, you're going to get involved. You know how the drill goes. Oh, my God. Todd in the comments. George is right. Ban that guy. Anyways, really excited to get into the show today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Whoa. Maybe I had too many coffees this morning.
Fired up.
Listen, they should call me Nostradamus because these guys are really smart. They're smart football guys. I'm not gonna take that away from them in the Forward Progress group chat. But when I know something, I know, and I was right about this.
I wish they could have saw you running laps around this office, man.
You should have recorded me. Anyways, let's dive into the show today. A lot to talk about. We got the host of the Just Baseball show coming on, Peter Appel. You can find him links on Twitter in the comment section. In the description down below. Peter, how's it going, my friend?
What's going on? Good to be here.
Yeah, sorry you had to witness that. I know brought you on to talk WBC. Not sure how big of a football fan you are, but when you're right, you got a victory lap. No, like that's just part of the content game.
Huge football fan. I'm actually a Rams fan, and they're looking to bring in Trent McDuffie, which I'm over the moon about. The Rams need a corner so badly, and it was good for the Bears to get under that contract with DJ Moore. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's huge. Listen, I'm a Caleb Williams fan. I'm not even a Bears fan, but at this point, I've become a Bears fan. I've just been so ingrained with like Caleb Williams culture online that it's like I almost have to defend the Bears alongside him. Anyways, we're here for World Baseball Classic. A lot to talk about here. A lot I've been seeing online, specifically from the account I believe Baseball Doesn't Exist, talking about the teams and insurance. Seems like it's a little slightly disproportionately affected some Latin American teams. This whole insurance issue, give us a quick breakdown of it. Is there a fix to it? Do you think it could potentially take away from the best on best aspect of this tournament?
So, couple of things there. One, I'll start with the insurance part of it. So the issue is that these insurance companies look at each individual MLB contract And if it's a really expensive contract and a guy were to get hurt, example, Edwin Diaz, when he tore his ACL in the last World Baseball Classic, they're on the ropes to pay for that. So they looked across Major League Baseball and they said, which are the contracts that we don't necessarily want to insure? And I think a couple of good examples, number one being Carlos Correa, who has dealt with foot injuries and he's dealt with back stuff, and he's got a big long-term deal now with the Houston Astros. Actually, the Minnesota Twins traded him to the Houston Astros to kind of get out from under that money. So they noticed it too. And the insurers are basically saying to themselves, if Correa gets hurt, we do not want to be on the shelf for this. And it happened, again, to a lot of certain Latin American players. But when you go through each individual guy, I hate to side with insurance companies. That's not what I want to do. But when you look at every example, you think to yourself, yeah, that guy has been hurt. Or, yeah, that guy does make a ton of money. To answer your second question, how do we fix it? It's hard to know. It really is, because, I don't work in insurance. I don't know all the ins and outs of that industry. So I don't have an answer for you, unfortunately. I'm not just going to sit here and make something up. I really don't know the fix as of right now. And your third question was, excuse me, what was it?
Does it take away from the best on best?
Of course it takes away from the best on best, because Puerto Rico should be in that class with a United States, a Japan, a Dominican Republic, a Venezuela, if they were to have Francisco Lindor or Carlos Correa or Javier Baez or Jose Barrios, right? If they had all of those guys, they'd be in that tier, but instead they're getting bumped down a little bit. So it does take a little bit away from the best of the best. The good thing is I was in Miami covering the 2023 World Baseball Classic, and it was some of the best baseball I have ever watched. My only comparisons to it would be Game 7 of the Blue Jays-Dodgers World Series, or back in 2016 between the Cubs and the Indians. It was that level of excitement, and the teams in 2023 are not even to the caliber of the teams in 2026. So we have a much better crop this year. However, insurance has thrown a wrench into that.
Yeah, Puerto Rico right now in the outright market 25-1. And I just really didn't need the LA Toronto Game 7 reference right there. The wounds are still fresh for me, man. Come on, as a Torontonian, it's all good though. Let's flip over and talk World Baseball Classic winner. Right now, U.S. odds-on favorite -110 over on FanDuel. But creeping by in second place, they recently just flipped Japan. Dominican Republic right now, +330. I believe they were upwards of +480, +450-ish when these lines were posted a couple days ago. Dominican Republic has flipped Japan. A lot of sharp people I've talked to around the office, a lot of talk is about how Dominican Republic have been a good bet. Do you feel like you are in agree? Do you agree with the with the sharp people here with the Dominican Republic being a good team? Do you think they should be the second favorite in odds right now to win the World Baseball Classic? Do you feel like they've done enough to deserve them to flip Japan?
No. I think it's come from people looking at the Dominican Republic roster and thinking to themselves, this team is just as good as Team USA. And to be honest with you, it's hard to crack a hole in that logic. I mean, I went through the lineup and I had it basically 4-4 with one wash when you go position by position. And in the starting rotation in the bullpen, I actually had it in favor 11-1 of Team USA. However, it's not a great 11-1 because every single point I was giving America when we're looking at the starting rotation and the bullpen, it's not that big of a gap. The Dominican Republic has an incredible team, chock full of big leaguers, but Japan needs to be number 2 after the United States. I know. Shohei Ohtani is not going to pitch. There's a couple of players on the team that you might never have heard their name. The thing is, you will hear their name in a few years, right? Hiromi Ito pitched to a 2.58 ERA over the last 2 seasons, totaling about 370 innings. He's a 27-year-old right-handed pitcher who's going to be in big league baseball soon. I can keep going down the line of MPB players that are playing at the top of their game, and they'll have guys like Munetaka Murakami and Kazuma Okamoto, who just signed, with the White Sox for Murakami and Okamoto for the Blue Jays. They are the only team to have won multiple World Baseball Classic titles, and they've won 3 of them. Japan is one of the best cohesive units. Yes, there are better players on the Dominican Republic, but Japan plays more like a team. That's why always they go underrated into this tournament. And even after winning last year, they're still underrated again. So I actually built out a predictive model. I'm currently improving it right now using Claude AI, and I've fed it like a ton of information. And right now I have the United States as a clear favorite. I'm basically pretty much priced appropriately. But right now with the line move, I have Dominican Republic kind of overvalued in the odds, and I have Japan undervalued in the odds. So, I'm going to let it continue. All the Dominican Republic money is going to come in. I'm hoping to get Japan at a good price.
Yeah, you should. From the people I've talked to, we should be seeing a little bit more Dominican Republic money coming in here. Maybe wait a bit on that Japan click if you're thinking about doing so. I guess my next question to you was who you liked as an outright winner based on the current odds right now. But I guess you already answered that question. Japan seems to be the team you like here. Is there anyone else you like in terms of odds? Like, would you be willing to take a flyer on the USA at -110? Anyone a little bit lower on the boards? Like maybe Canada can shock the world here at 60-1. Anyone you like in terms of odds down the board, or that's about it?
That's basically it. Basically what my model was saying to me is there is a clear top three.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually, fed me all the implied, percentages of these teams to win. And there's really isn't any edges on these long shots. And a big reason why is because the United States, the Dominican Republic, Japan, and Venezuela are just tiers above everybody else. Of course, upsets could happen.
Yeah.
Of course they could. But when you run the numbers, it's hard to make a real case for a long shot. I know everybody wants to bet on said long shot, and I think you could do that in pool play.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of an overall outright winner, you're pretty much picking between the United States, Japan, and the Dominican Republic. And like I said, I have the United States priced appropriately, which means they win the World Baseball Classic about 52% of the time. Now with Japan, higher than the Dominican Republic. So that's how I'd rank them. I'd go the United States, Japan, then the DR if you're looking for a winner for the whole thing.
Of course, yeah. And it's also a little bit of a factor into that is the path that the U.S., but the potential path for the U.S. to take here where Group A and Group B play each other all the way through into the finals. Then Group C and D will play each other where it feels like that Group D probably has the best, not the best top two, but I guess the second.
I would say so.
Yeah, the best second
the
best
best top two. Yeah. And you make a really good point. Pool B is going to face Pool A, and Pool A is the weakest by far. So the United States not only has the best team, but they have the easiest path.
Yeah.
So when you factor those two things in together, most likely they're going to get to the championship. Most likely they're even going to be a bigger favorite against either Japan or the DR in that championship game. So -110 really isn't that bad of a bet. It's not as if I, show value on a completely other team. It's the U.S. Yeah. And then if I'm picking between the Japan and DR, it would be Japan based on the odds.
All right, makes perfect sense here. Let's flip over and talk some pool bets. Anything you got here for us? We can take a stab at like pool winners to advance from their given pool, a top two exact to even. Anything you like or anything that's showing value for you on the board right now?
So what I will say is I already shared a Pool A winner to my Discord subscribers. But what I can give you is a couple of long shots in a different pool.
Okay.
And it's to win the pool. And it's a big long shot, but this is the highest EV play. But so this is a numbers play. Netherlands to win Pool D. And Pool D features the Dominican Republic, and it features Venezuela. However, the Netherlands, who features Ozzy Albies, Xander Bogaerts, Ceddanne Rafaela, they have close to a big league lineup, and they're not that far away from Venezuela. So, or they are a decent amount, but based on the odds, they aren't. So, Netherlands to potentially advance to take over Venezuela's second spot is also a pretty good wager. Basically, backing the Netherlands in Pool D is EV based on my numbers.
Yeah, if you want to advance numbers for Pool D, Netherlands right now plus 270 at FanDuel, but you can go with an exacta if you like. If you think the Dominican Republic are the clear favorites here and you want them to advance with Netherlands, you can get Dominican Republic and Netherlands at plus 850 for the top two exact finish. It'd be tough to see Netherlands to finish number one, beating out Dominican Republic here, but if you like them to qualify in that second spot, that might be the way to go about it. Another question for you. I guess you kind of answered this one, but I'm going to throw another curveball in here. And outside of the Netherlands, is there another team you like priced outside the top two to advance between all 4 groups. When I mean price outside the top 2, I mean you can't pick Japan or Korea for Pool C. You can't pick USA or Mexico for Pool B. You can't pick Puerto Rico or Canada for Pool A. If there's one more team you would pick to sort of shock the pool, who would it be and why?
Outside of the top 2, it would be going over to Pool A and probably looking at either, I'm just looking at my numbers right now, probably either Cuba or Colombia. Because again, Pool A is pretty weak. Puerto Rico just got ravaged by insurance and also just injuries, right? Francisco Lindor, I think he broke his hamate bone, so he's not going to play. So Pool A is just wide open. If I were looking for long shots, that would be the pool that I would be looking at. And it would either be Cuba again or Colombia. And I think a pretty decent odds. You can pick them to advance. You could pick them to win the pool. I just think Puerto Rico is vulnerable, absolutely vulnerable. And I would focus your long shots on there. But in terms of the highest EV play based on my predictive model, it would be actually the Netherlands, again, to answer that first question.
We're going to throw darts at Netherlands, it sounds like. All right, I'm going to ask you to play a little bit of predictor here. You're going to look into your crystal ball. You're going to tell me what you see. I want you to predict the Final 4 of the World Baseball Classic. Tell me who comes out of tell me who's going to be in that semifinals there, the 4 teams that you have.
So if I were to take my semifinals, because I haven't really officially filled out my bracket yet, but the 3 teams that have to make it are the United States, the Dominican Republic, and Japan. But if I want to pick a long shot here, probably be Canada. I know I've talked about some mega long shots, but if we're talking about teams in the first 2, they're a team chock full of big leaguers. They have a rotation with Jameson Taillon at the top, which doesn't sound great, but it's kind of backfilled by just solid arms, right, that they have. And in the bullpen is probably their weakest spot. But you go through their major league lineup, and they have a big league caliber starter at every single positions, led by the Naylor brothers. They got Otto Lopez. They got Owen Casey. They have Jacob Marcy, who was a big breakout star last year for the Marlins. And a guy I'm really excited to watch is Jack Caglione in right field. So they're loaded across the board. They're on offense, and I think they can shock some people. And again, I'm just looking at Pool A and trying to find teams that I like because I think they're all kind of bunched up in the middle there. So those would be my 4, and then I probably have the United States facing off against Japan, and then the United States winning it all.
All right, just be careful, Team USA. The Canadians are really hungry after losing gold, after using both gold medals in hockey. Or so maybe you guys took hockey from us. We might have to take baseball.
Yeah, if they can't beat us in hockey, they ain't beating us.
Oh, come on. We're clipping that just in case. We're clipping that.
Go ahead.
We're clipping that just in case. Okay, so you had the USA and you had Japan in the finals. Let's flip over. I want to talk MVP winners. Pick one from each team for you, who you think could win the World Baseball Classic MVP, between one for US and one for Japan.
Unfortunately, I got to be boring.
It's all right.
But Shohei Ohtani has to be the pick for Japan, right? Because if he has an unbelievable game and he even convinces his manager, let me throw 1 or 2 innings in the World Baseball Classic in a final game, maybe to close it out. He won it last year. I was there in Miami watching him, and I thought to myself, I mean, I'm watching the greatest player I have ever seen play baseball. And you're getting him right now, I think it's 11-1. Mm-hmm. And the reason why is Japan is starting to fall below the Dominican Republic. Shohei Ohtani would absolutely be my favorite bet MVP overall. Now, if we're going to the United States, it's likely going to be because of a big-time home run. Mm-hmm. And your first instinct might be Aaron Judge, and I would absolutely recommend him as an MVP pick. But I want to look for a guy who's hit home runs in the World Baseball Classic, who's been in a ton of big moments. And that's Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber's likely going to hit probably near the top of the lineup, or at least in the middle of the lineup. 56 home runs last year. I remember back, I think it was 2023 or maybe it was 2017, where he hit that big-time home run off Yu Darvish. And just as, right, a guy like Trey Turner, right, just kind of bursts out of the scene there in 2023. Who will be that guy in 2026? I want to say Cal Raleigh, but my gut says Schwarber's going to hit a big old home run and give the USA the win, and then he'll win MVP.
Yeah, it's different than Japan. Of course, Shohei Ohtani is like leaps and bounds away from every other player there. Aaron Judge, also a great player, but this USA lineup, like you mentioned, super stacked. Schwarber's going to get just as many chances at bats as Aaron Judge will. And again, big game player. The discrepancy of 8-1 versus 17-1 feels a little long. It's got to be just because of Aaron Judge's name, and deservingly so Aaron Judge's name. But obviously for the odds, we want to go a little bit further back on the board. Let's flip over before you head out here. I want to talk a little bit about just the MLB. Let's take a break from the World Baseball Classic stuff. We're in the swing of spring training. ABS system has been introduced. As a fan, what do you make of it so far?
Love it. I think it's going to be really helpful because we got all the data in the minor leagues, and a couple of my co-hosts, Arm Layton and Jack McMullen, have called games in the minor leagues, and they tell me how amazing it is and how it improves the game quality. And I think at the start, right, the bigger bases or the pickoff rules or, the pitch clock, like at first everyone's a little hesitant. They don't want to change baseball. It's already a beautiful game. And then they start to get implemented and you think to yourself, wow, this is a better experience. You're going to see the same with ABS, and everybody's worried about, will challenges be stopping the game? They've gotten so good at this. They've gone through all the kinks and all the problems in the minor leagues, and now they're improving it and bringing it to Major League Baseball. So I can't wait to watch it. I think it's definitely going to improve the game.
Yeah, very smart how they went about it there. Like, use the minor leagues as a tester, before you bring it to the big stage. And yeah, I don't see how it could be a downside for anything. It's just going to make everything improved, a little bit more accurate, which is what we want to see. You don't want to lose a game on a bad call from an ump, but that stuff does happen. Hopefully we can get rid of that. Based on the lengthy offseason so far, we're now, like I said, back in spring training. Who do you have as a team that you feel will most exceed current expectations, and who do you feel will fall short of their current expectations?
Current expectations, I really like the Pittsburgh Pirates this year, and they'll likely be a popular team to back, and I think it's deservedly so. You look at the rotation, you see Paul Skeens, one of the best pitchers alive. You see Jared Jones, who's going to come back from injury. You see Bubba Chandler, who could emerge as one of the better young pitchers in Major League Baseball. And they have Braxton Ashcraft as well, who kind of goes underreported, even though he's a really, really solid young arm. And they've continued to improve the offense. And basically what we've said about the Pirates for a really long time is improve this offense and you will win. And that's exactly what they did this offseason. It wasn't big market moves, and they're definitely going to struggle on defense, but this is the best offense we've seen from the Pittsburgh Pirates since the prime Andrew McCutchen years, right? So I think their win total's like in the mid-70s right now. I think they could potentially be a playoff team when all is said and done. In terms of a team I'm low on, there really hasn't been a team that has flashed red sirens where you think to yourself, oh, you have to fade this team. I guess that answer might be Cleveland, because if I'm thinking about teams who won the division last year and who could see a big step back, would probably be the Cleveland Guardians. And the reason for that is in their lineup, they're relying on a lot of young guys who don't have a ton of experience. And they finished 29th as an offense last year in Major League Baseball. So if you're telling me the offense only marginally improves, it's really hard to just hang on guard ball or the magic that they've displayed last season. And I love watching the Cleveland Guardians play, but the problem is over a larger sample, this roster, at least by my predictions and what my model has ran, they don't have the talent to even be an 80-win team, which is why their win total is at 79.5, and I'm lower than that for them. But they do have some magic, but I'm probably going to end up fading the Cleveland Guardians.
All right, last thing for you before you head out here. Any awards that you're honing in on? You can pick. Give me 2 awards bets that you like. And it could be anything from NL, AL MVP, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, whatever you want. You get to pick the award. Just give me 2 of your favorite that you see on the board right now.
So I know I just crapped on the Cleveland Guardians, but I actually like Chase DeLauder to win Rookie of the Year. He's at 22-1. He hits home runs, and you give that stink face, like when you hear a really good song. It's kind of like what Giancarlo Stanton does. Like if you got a couple seconds during your day, for everybody listening, go look at Chase DeLauder home run highlights on YouTube. I'm telling you, you're going to give him that stink face. And he played for them in the playoffs last year. He's a decently good defender, but the bat, like, ton of bat speed, can hit a bunch of home runs. The issue is he hasn't stayed healthy. But again, in a long shot market, we're betting on him to stay healthy at probably 22-1. And I think he's as talented as a lot of the guys, at the top of the American League Rookie of the Year odds. In terms of another one, I think the Manager of the Year market is interesting. I actually bet Skip Schumacher 18-1 for the Texas Rangers to win Manager of the Year. The problem is those odds have kind of plummeted. But a big reason why I like it is the Rangers are a big boomer bust team. I actually think they're going to be better than the Astros this year. And if they're able to take that division away from Seattle, their division odds are about plus 350. Skip Schumacher is a fantastic manager, has already won Manager of the Year, and voters love first-time managers with new teams. I think he's a great shot to take it. The American League Manager of the Year market.
All right, great stuff there, Peter. Appreciate you joining the show. You can check out Peter's stuff at the Just Baseball Show. Excuse me. You can check him out on Twitter. Links in the description down below. You're covering your division by division, right? Division by division preview. How many have you done so far? Where can people find this stuff?
So we're finishing up our division previews. We're about to do the American League East today. You can find all of those on our YouTube channel or on your podcast feed, the Just Baseball Show. Also, if you guys want to come follow me on Twitter, I'm going to be posting all of my model predictions for free for all the games, updated pool predictions, all of that good stuff. And that'll be uploaded later today. So if you want to go head over to my Twitter page, toss me a follow. You'll see my model over there and later today.
Appreciate that, Peter. You saw the link, you saw the handle on screen there. Again, link in the description down below. Peter, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thanks so much.
Awesome stuff there. From
Nick
Peter
Waugh traded.
Pardon?
Nick Waugh traded to the Colorado Avalanche for a first and a fifth.
Huge. Whoa.
Yes, sir.
First and a fifth.
Correct.
All right. We're going to get into that and so much more. Shout out to Peter for joining the show, though. Really appreciate that. Did a great job there. Make sure you go follow him on Twitter. He's going to be joining the show probably periodically throughout the future with tons of MLB stuff coming down the pipeline. We're going to get into the Nick Waugh trade, which I'm really excited about. Quickly, before we do that, just got to give you a quick shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel. FanDuel's putting you in control right from tip-off. That's right. You get to choose your reward. Play it safe. Go for it. Feeling bold, that's your move. Whatever your style, you are in control. You decide what kind of bettor you are, the shot caller, the strategist, the steady hand at the line. No matter how you play, FanDuel is giving you the power to choose your reward and own your game this NBA season. Head over to FanDuel.com/forward progress to make your choice. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus and present in the select states for Kansas and Philly, Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Rewards are not withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rd-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/John in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-375-050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-778-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Thank the Lord. We did something. How many times can you kick tires? God damn. All right. I'm trying to get the Nick Waugh trade up on my screen. You said it was a first and fifth. I want to know what first, what fifth, what year.
First, 2027, conditional top 10 protected.
Listen, he's a good player. Happy they made that trade. Conditional first and conditional fifth. I want to see the conditions on the fifth. Anyways, excited to get into the next part of the show. I'm sure the comments are going a little crazy right now. Holy overpay. No. If you think that's I don't think that's an overpay. He's a center. It's great two ways. I mean, maybe not great two ways, but he has some defensive acumen, which is important. He has like slight offensive upside. Will probably excel a little bit more on a good team, which we've seen. And
the Leafs now
first and a fifth, cost controlled center. Like, believe he's an RFA. Anyways, let's bring on the crew here. We got Alex Moretto. We got So Money Sports. I missed you guys. How's it going?
Wish you could say the same, Jason.
So muted. So muted every time, man. What the heck?
Mr. So Money.
He wasn't muted for Rob the other day.
I know.
Just going to say.
What were you going to say there, Alex? Sorry, I cut you off. You're good.
No, you said you missed us. I said I wish you could say the same.
Oh,
I thought we had a really nice show without you the other day. It was enjoyable, and then we had one with Rob. It was nice. It was really fun.
Well, contrary to what you say there, my burner, a commenter said that they really missed me. So maybe you got some bad info there. Reaction to trade? You guys want to dig in? I saw you, Alex, behind the screen, just head in the hands, like, oh my God, the Leafs made a trade. They got a first-round pick. What the hell's going on? Are you bothered?
I was just
by that?
reading something on my phone, but yes. No, I found it funny that you said a great two-way player for Nick Waugh. him and his 5 goals this year would maybe say otherwise. But I do think it's like it's the going rate for a depth center, but he's got size and he's solid defensively. He's won a cup. I don't think it was an overpay. I think it was a good deal from Treliving and a decent ad for the Avs. Like just a solid trade for both parties, I would say.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good too. Again, cheap. And does he have? Yeah, he has one more year.
Yeah, he's signed for 3 more. He's for $3 million next year.
$3 million for a third line center who has 15 goals upside. So that's not too bad. A defensive center with 15 goals, that's pretty good. I think you'd take that. So tidy work from both guys. So Money, how are you feeling about this Leafs trade? What are your thoughts on it here?
I actually missed it. I haven't been around this morning, so I haven't been around that much the last couple hours, so I did miss it.
Nick Waugh to the Colorado Avalanche for a first and a fifth.
That's deep, right?
For who? Yeah, the Avalanche should have gave more.
2027 first, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean I guess one first round is fine. Who got traded the other day for 2 second rounders?
Uyghur? No, Uyghur got
similar to what?
Mike McCarron.
Mike McCarron was 1 second. I don't think there was another player traded for 2 seconds. The only player that got traded for multiple seconds.
For sure would have got traded for 2 seconds.
Oh, that's
earlier in the.
Yeah, no, I think that's a big price to pay there for Colorado. I think that the Leafs probably did well there.
All right, I like that.
I think it's a good fit for the Avs, but I just don't understand why they swung. They tried to hit a single as opposed to they got rid of Girard, they cleared cap space. It felt like they were primed to do something bigger. Whether that was Kadri, whether that was Trocheck, whether that was O'Reilly, whatever. It just felt like it feels a little underwhelming, but he'll slot in as their 3C, maybe even their 4C, and they're now really deep down the middle.
Yeah, that's the what's it called? That's the formula to win a cup. You want to be deep down the middle. I wanted to bring you guys on. There's, I believe, only a couple there's only a couple games today. So let's talk some of the trades we saw over the past couple days. I want to get your quick rapid fire thoughts. Give me a winner and loser of the trade, or what do you guys want to do? Trade grades for each team, maybe? Maybe we do that. Let's do a trade grade for each team. We're going to go through the recent trades here, starting with Vegas Golden Knights. Quick rapid fire. Nick Dowd, 35-year-old center, traded for Jesper Vikman, a 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick. Give me the trade grade for the Golden Knights and the Capitals. Alex, I'll start with you.
I don't know, grades.
Okay, thumbs up.
I'm just gonna say I think that it was a good move. Vegas won, I guess you could say, if you have to pick a winner. The second was in 2029. I think.
Yes.
Is this becoming the NBA? I don't understand what we're trading picks 4 years down the line here. It's pretty wild. This is not typically something this is only something that's starting to happen over the last year or so. Usually you'll get a pick maybe the year after, but this is 3 years later. It's crazy. I don't know what the Caps are doing here. They gotta make the playoffs. I don't know what they're this is not whatever, we'll just obviously they're not going to be toast if they don't make the playoffs this year, and they can be right back next year, but this potentially maybe Obi's last year. You're right there. The Metro's pretty wide open again. Do something. They have cap space. Add someone to that top line and just get in, and anything can happen. So I don't really get why they're giving away valuable pieces. Dow's not great, obviously. He's worse than Waugh, but he's a good guy in the room. He's a good depth center. I don't get what the Caps are doing right now.
All right. Thumbs down for the Caps, it seems like. Thumbs down for both teams, it seems like, maybe?
No, it's fine for Vegas. It's good.
Neutral for Vegas. We'll call it neutral.
Yeah.
So Money?
I'm like this. I'm neutral for both teams. It's not a thumbs up or thumbs down. I think that it doesn't move the needle at all for me either way.
All right, let's flip over to the next trade we have here. Jason Dickinson and Colton Dock getting sent to the Edmonton Oilers for Andrew Mangiapane, salary cap match, and a 1st-round pick.
So the Oilers had to retain there as well, right? And I know that like with Mangiapane, they've been trying to get rid of him for a while. It just hasn't worked out. But I mean, you got to cut your losses. But I mean, why did you give him that much money in the first place, right? So yeah, you gotta cut your losses at some point. I actually like Jason Dickinson a lot. I think that he was here when he first got traded to the Canucks. I like that move a lot for the Canucks. Obviously, he had a tough year. The 1 year he was here, but everybody has a tough year in Vancouver these days. So that's not. So I wouldn't take anything away from him for that because he did do a good job turning it around a bit. So I do like Jason Dickinson as a player. I do think that he's going to be a good fit there as well. And yeah, they gave up a first to get out of that contract. But I mean, you got to cut your losses. And like right now, like they're not in a position where they should necessarily care about their first round picks. Like they should be going for the Stanley Cup. So it doesn't. If you need to spend a first to get out of a mistake, then you just go do that.
Yep, I think that's a great trade for the Edmonton Oilers. They're getting Jason Dickinson. Also half retained there, so his cap hit's only $2.125 million. Alex, opinions, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree. They're getting dragged online for this one because you're giving up a first for Jason Dickinson. But yeah, the Oilers are. But like, I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Like somebody said, Dickinson's a useful player. I mean, a first next year, I'm not sure how much they would have gotten for that at this deadline anyways, especially considering like their list of targets that they could add was so small because of their cap situation. So like it's money in, money out. So getting someone to take Mangiapane, you're borderline attached to get picked to get him rid of him anyways. So to like bring in Dickinson there, I think they did fine.
All right. Oh my God! Sorry, I just saw on Twitter the Bills are sending a second round pick for DJ Moore. What the hell is going on? Alex, you're making fun of me in the forward progress. I said that a team will trade picks, and everyone's saying, no, they're not even going to get rid of it for free. They're going to have to pay to get rid of it. No,
I didn't say that. When did I say that?
TA said that.
I was making fun of you for breaking the DJ Moore trade like 30 minutes after it happened and after Joey Toons, who's notoriously like very late in his telegram with this stuff.
Sorry, my bad. Just, prepping for the show, prepping for the beautiful show for the beautiful people. So I'm not always on the Twitter streets. I'm shocked you guys didn't mention it. George is usually on top of this stuff. So I'm shocked he didn't mention it in the group chat. The most fun trade I think we've had so far is Mackenzie Weegar with 5 years left on his deal at $6.25 million in cap, traded to the Utah Yetis for Oli Mata, Jonathan Castagna. Is that like a prospect? Don't really know. And 3 second-round picks. Alex, I'll let you lead with this one. Any thoughts here? Win or lose?
Yeah, it's funny. I just told someone in the Discord yesterday who posted a bunch of odds for like these guys to get traded. And like, I honestly would have put it like a 10% chance that Weegar's traded at the deadline. And then like 2-3 hours later, he gets dealt. I don't get the rush to make this deal for Calgary. Like, I don't think they did bad with the return. I think it's fine. I think they could have done better. I just don't, he has so much term left and it's not like he's on like a steep decline or anything. I think they could have probably waited for the summer and done a little bit better here, but yeah, good for Utah. They took a swing. I don't know if like it was the back end that needed improving. I think maybe it was up front, but I think it was fine for both teams. I guess I'm pretty neutral on it, but like, yeah, fun trade, but I don't know that either team really knocked it out of the park with this one.
All right. So Money, any opinion here? Neutral?
Yeah, it's pretty neutral here on this one as well. I think that on the surface it looks like Utah gave up a lot, but they're in a position now where they are going for they are in a position to like go for the playoffs, and like I think that on like a younger team, I think he'd be a useful fit. His salary is I mean that's pretty steep with 5 years left, but yeah, I'm fine with the trade for both teams because I think that it serves both teams' purpose at this point in their development.
All right. Let's close this sort of trade segment. I got 2 more questions for you guys before we close this thing out. Number one, Colton Parayko situation. What's going on there? Do we think he gets traded? Do we think he doesn't get traded? What do we feel like would be the best fit for You feel like it's a good fit for him in Buffalo? If you're him, would you waive to go to Buffalo? Like, talk us through this, Alex.
I mean, it's a great fit for Buffalo this year and like maybe next year. I think Parayko not waiving would be the best case scenario for the Sabres, though, because I think it's kind of would be like saving them from themselves. That's a big contract on a guy who's like already we've seen a pretty decent decline, and I think that's just going to get worse over the next few years. So like that's a lot to give up for a guy like that. And honestly, St. Louis probably just desperate to get rid of that contract at this point. So I'm surprised they would have had to give up that much if that reported return is accurate. Again, we've seen a lot of like conflicting stuff, even with the Thomas deal, about like what potential returns look like. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. But Merck kind of first as part of the package is a lot. It makes them a lot better this year, the Sabres, and like really difficult to play against in a playoff series with that big blue line. But like I don't think they're there this year anyways. So like obviously they have like pieces that they can part with. They're pretty deep in terms of prospects, but like that's a good prospect and a high pick where I think maybe you're better off saving that to take a different swing maybe this summer and get better next year.
All right. So Money, any opinion here, or you echo the same sentiment as Alex?
Pretty much the same. I think that if it would be a huge win for Buffalo there. I mean, if they can get him like the way that he would. I mean, depends what they have to. What they would have to give up. I would assume they'd have to give up something on the back end as well.
Yeah.
But that defense would be well rounded there. So, if Buffalo can pull it off, I think you absolutely go for it. For Parayko's perspective, like why not, right? Like, I mean, that's a young team that's primed to make noise in the East. Really, there's only Tampa Bay and maybe Carolina who are like the top teams in the East right now, and anything can happen. So, why not? I would waive to go there.
All right. Last thing before we get into the games today. Call me Santa Claus. Call me the trade deadline Santa Claus. I want you guys to write me a wish. Your one wish for your favorite teams at this deadline. It could be a player. It could be a trade. It could be standing pat. It could be, hey, can we just fold and end this season right now and not play the rest of the, 18 to 20 games remaining? So Money, I'll start with you. What's your one wish at the trade deadline?
One wish? How much time do we have?
As much as you want.
Yeah. I mean, I just like you had Connor Garland playing the game yesterday when we're trying to trade him, and he leaves the game getting hurt. Right? That's the kind of franchise we are right now. That's the kind of decisions that we make. You're sitting here not trading Evander Kane because you feel that somebody's going to give you a second rounder for him. You're not going to get a second rounder, and now the price for him, now that's getting cheaper as well. So you'll be lucky if you get out of here with a fourth or fifth rounder for him. So what I want is I just want competency. That's all I wish for. I just want for this team not to do dumb shit. And I don't think I'm asking too much.
Listen, someone, if you ask for like a first round pick or a couple picks, I could have left that under your tree, but competency is a tough one to leave under the tree. Alex, you're Habs. You're in the race. You're in a hunt. Looking to, maybe speed things up here and launch yourself into, dare I say, contender status. Is there a move you see that the Habs can make? What's your one wish for them at the trade deadline?
McDavid would be cool if I got like a free wish. I would like that. That would be pretty awesome. I don't want them to like rush things here and do something stupid for like a Kadri. Like Kadri would be like, I would like Kadri if like it's cheap, but it won't be cheap, right? Like everything is cost dependent. My one like wish or like guy I actually want to see them kind of go after would be Zach Whitecloud, who doesn't seem like he would be on the move now after this Uyghur deal, but he's on a pretty cheap contract, right shot. Sounds like Calgary has some interest in Jack-Eye, who I actually really like. I think he's like an everyday player on that bottom pair. He brings physicality and size, but like it's also pretty apparent that like St. Louis just doesn't trust him, and I don't think he's going to get his proper chance. If Calgary actually is interested in him and you can do like a Jack-Eye and a pick swap for Whitecloud, I would be I would be all over that. I think that he would really fit in well on that blue line on the right side.
Okay. Well, you only get one wish here. So Cameron McDavid to the Montreal Canadiens, Connor's brother. Like you asked for a McDavid. So anyways, let's get into the games here. We'll be covering some more trade deadline stuff, whatever trades happen today, and potential players on the move tomorrow. Myself and you, Alex, will be covering that. Let's start with the most fun game on the board. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Yay. Taking on the New York Rangers right now over on FanDuel. The Leafs are slight dogs at plus 112 on the money line on the road. New York Rangers minus 134 on the money line. Totals at 6, minus 110, both sides over at FanDuel. Alex, I'll start with you. Anything you like for this game?
Yeah, this is done now. I bet the Rangers early. I think anything in the teens was okay. I definitely wouldn't go chasing this number because I'd be a little concerned about like maybe Trocheck doesn't play, maybe some other guys don't play. Kind of a weird one. Like I just thought it was too it wasn't short enough early on. That's why I jumped on the Rangers. Like obviously like no OEL tonight, no Wall. Now I didn't even expect no Wall at the time, but like you figured no McMahon, no Wall, no OEL. Now you're getting no Wall. Like it's getting pretty thin. Mm-hmm. But like definitely want to be price sensitive because the Rangers could go ahead and do the same thing. They don't have as many guys that are reportedly, potentially on the move, but like Trocheck is the big one. If he does sit, then that's a blow for them. So I got nothing where we are currently in this one.
All right, so money, anything you like in this game? Leafs, Rangers?
I mean, the Leafs have to win a game at some point, right?
Oh no, they don't.
Yeah, no, I got nothing here. I think that as bad as the Rangers have been, I think that the Leafs are just done. And I don't know what's going to happen or what the mindset is going into tomorrow. But with the team like the Leafs where they just kind of fell off, what happened, Alex?
We got breaking news here from Friedman.
Let's hear it.
Parayko has officially declined to waive his no trade clause to Buffalo, as is his contractual right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's his right. I think he should have gone, but I mean, it's his, but it's his call. Back to the game. I think that we are kind of fair where we need to be. Like I'm more inclined towards the Leafs now at this number, but I'm not gonna be rushing to bet that.
All right. Well, no picks for today for this Rangers and Leafs game. Oh wait, something on the line right here. Oh, there is a pick for this game. It's gonna come from me. I'm gonna go head over to a prop and take Igor Shesterkin over 24.5 saves at minus 106. With so many of these players, including Nick Waugh now, missing this game, we're going to see a lot of guys who are usually scratches or guys who don't get NHL time playing in this game. And you know what? The Leafs have just been horrible at generating chances and generating shots. I think these newer guys coming into the lineup, maybe a little bit more hungry, generate a couple more shots, a couple easier saves for Shesterkin. So I'm going to take the over 24.5 saves at minus 106 for this game. So we have one pick for this game. All right, on to the next one. You shaking your head there so many? You don't like a goalie pick here? You don't like the saves market? What's going on?
No, I'm fine with it.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, thumbs up. Okay, Alex. So many thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral.
Few things harder in this league than getting young guys to shoot the puck. I will say that. A lot of young guys come in, they're pass first here, and Leafs generate like 14 shots a game over the last month. It's that's interesting. It's all right.
Okay. All right. Thumbs down from Alex then. Neutral from So Money. Let's head over to the Buffalo and Pittsburgh game. Buffalo minus 114 over at FanDuel. Totals at on the money line. Totals at 6.5. Minus 112 both sides. So Money, I'll let you lead with this one.
Which
Buffalo,
game are you on?
Oh, I'm glad you also didn't know because I didn't know.
Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Okay, good. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, yeah. I like Buffalo, but I think that we're fair here again. I think that we're aligned properly. Pittsburgh, I'm not. Let me just pull up their chart here. They have the last couple of games. They have dipped in their play. They did win that Vegas game 5-0, but we talked about how that game was snowballed a bit for Vegas. So I'm I'm not looking into that game too much, but they did lose to the Rangers, and they have lost to Boston. So I'm a little bit concerned that Pittsburgh might have hit their peak here, especially a little bit after the Crosby injury, and sometimes guys just step up. I think that they might have hit their ceiling. So I'm concerned about that. Buffalo, I did lose fading them last game, and I thought that they played better than I thought. So I'm not rushing anymore to bet against Buffalo, but I think that where it's at right now on the road, pricing them as the favorite that they are, I think that that's probably where it should be.
All right, Alex, anything you like in this game?
No, I got nothing here.
All right.
I'm not betting against the Sabres anymore because they're going to go like 27-0 the rest of the way. I'm just done with it.
All right. Sounds good. On to the next game we have, Florida and Columbus. Columbus minus 115 at FanDuel on the money line. Florida minus 104. Totals at 6.5, just towards the over minus 116. Alex, I'll let you lead with this one. Florida, Columbus. Anything you like in this game?
I bet an under 6.5 at plus 100, but I think up to minus 105 is okay right now, which is not like widely available, but it's available. If you don't have that, I would need to wait to see if Werenski and Fabro are out. They're both game time decisions. If they both play, then I wouldn't chase the number any further. Fabro, obviously, like pretty offensive guy as well, as Werenski. So either of those guys miss, I think it takes you a little bit closer towards an under here, and I'd be okay stretching this a little bit. But yeah, kind of have to wait and see. If you don't have the access to the 103 there, then I would wait a little bit, see if those guys are out. Werenski doesn't play too. If both these guys don't play, but I mean especially Werenski, then like plus money on Florida, who are a dead team, and I really don't want to, but like it does start to get a little bit interesting. I don't know. Columbus keeps finding a way to win these games, but at one point I feel like it's got to catch up to them. But if no Werenski and no Fabro, then I'd bet Florida plus money. But yeah, under is what I'm more interested in here.
All right, looking for the under there. So, money, you like the under as well, or anything else you like in this game?
So they could be without Werenski, they could be without Fabro. I understand all that, but they have something, and that's the Somo Mojo. At Columbus, I like them. I mean, minus 115 is fine. It's a little steep, but I'm okay with that right now. And it's a Florida team that I talked about it last game too, right? Like I don't want to miss the opportunity with a team like this that is a championship caliber team, but they also know when it's time to pack it in. And I'm just Charles mentioned in the chat a couple of times the last few weeks that he's waiting for Florida to just pack it in and sit all their guys. I think that's coming, and in the meantime, I just want to keep fading this team. I think that they're done. So give me Columbus. They are primed to make the playoffs. They're primed to make a run. They're gonna make some noise in the playoffs. They're gonna give us a good run for our ticket here. And yeah, ready to go. Let's go Columbus.
All right, Columbus.
We are all BJs.
I'm not saying that. Columbus Blue Jackets money line minus 115 for so money. I'm also going to go for something here. Another prop I have.
There's so many things you say and you can't say that.
I know he's an anti-bussy every single Carolina game.
I'm not anti-bussy. You're anti-bussy. You're anti-bussy. Anyways,
the bus driver they call him. Apparently, I just saw a tweet about him.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm going to go with Mason Marchment under a half goal, minus 350. Ew, stinky gross. But like you said, Alex, two offensive defensemen potentially out for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Mason Marchment. I don't know. I think that guy kind of stinks. So Mason Marchment under half goal, minus 350. Stinky price, but we're going to take that. All right. Next. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do this. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral between the two of you guys. What do you think? Neutral.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Of course. Yeah. And as always, of course, best price in market. Obviously, no, I'm not going to give something else that's not best price in market. Next game we have is the Utah, the Mammoth, the Yeti, taking on the Flyers. Utah minus 122 on the money line. Totals at 6, juice towards the under at FanDuel minus 124. Total's kind of a little bit bouncing around between the 6 and 5.5. I'm seeing. Alex, I'll let you lead with this one. Anything you like in this game?
No, and just worth noting for sure that Sergachev is a game time decision here, which is pretty significant. Obviously, logs a ton of minutes, does a lot for them. If he doesn't play, I'm not necessarily dying to bet Philly, but like if there's still prices in the teens available if Sergachev's rolled out and there's still prices in the teens available, then I'll probably bet Philly and hate it. But otherwise I got nothing in this one.
All right, nothing in this one. So money. Anything you like in this one?
I mean, credit to the Flyers. They were dead, and they've strung together a couple of good games here. I think 2 or 3 game winning streak here. Credit to them. I think that they're playing well. They want to end the season the right way. I like the way that Utah is playing as well. So these are 2 teams that are playing well. Obviously, Utah is a better team, but that is reflected in the price right now. We have a nice sized favorite on Utah on the road. So I think that because of the better team, that's fair. So I'm not getting involved in this game. I think that based on where both of these teams are and where they're headed, I think that that's a fair price in this game.
All right, fair price in this game. Let's move on to the next game then. No prop for me. I know the people were clamoring for that one. No prop for me in this one. Boston against Nashville. Got the Nashville Predators right now. Minus 115. Almost a pick 'em. Pick 'em at some spots here. Totals at 6.5. Minus 122 towards the under. So money. Boston, Nashville. Are we still all Predators? We haven't really been Predators this year. Guess that's a good thing. Anything you like in this game?
So just 1 second here. I bet Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pull up Nashville's chart here. So I did bet Boston. I like them up to a minus 110. Nashville's an interesting team. They started poorly, turned it around, got themselves back into the playoff race, and we're seeing the last little bit here where they've struggled after the Olympic break. They kind of lost a lot of the good play that they were enjoying. So I think that this is a team that is going to be sellers tomorrow. I think that organization realizes that there's no point making a push right now. They're just not going to get there, and we're seeing them kind of plateau already. And Boston's a team that I like the way that they played all season, and they do generally take care of business against teams that I'm not going to say supposed to beat, but that are lower in the standings. So I like Boston here. I don't see any reason why after their tough stretch going into the Olympic break, they have started playing better, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue.
All right, Boston, minus 104 on FanDuel on the money line. Alex, you agree with this? Anything you like in this game?
No, I got nothing on the side. I would, watch out for Nashville potentially resting some guys. Some news breaks like that. It could get interesting for me to bet Boston, but I don't think. I just don't like how Boston's playing. Even though they're somewhat finding ways to win. I did bet over here. We're not really close to where I bet it though. There's a minus 121 available, which is like okay. I can't. I got nothing in this one. If this comes back and we get a minus 120 or better on the 6, then I'm in. But nothing at current here. I just don't have a lot today. I just have not bet all that much.
That's all right. Appreciate the honesty. That's all that matters. Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Winnipeg Jets in the next one. Tampa Bay minus 192 on the money line. Totals at 6, juice towards the under minus 124. Alex, I'm going to guess you have a no play in this game.
In which game, sorry?
Tampa Bay, Winnipeg.
I bet Alex has a play here.
I don't. What was there?
interesting.
What did you bet that I had to play on?
The under.
No, yeah, no, I don't. I got nothing. I definitely would lean that way, but I didn't. I didn't bet it. Seen a ton of Tampa money and still not interested in the Jets right now. So yeah, it would take a lot for me to get on Winnipeg or to fade Tampa. I expected a response from them last game against the Wild. We didn't get it. Also, I gave out that under 6+ money last show on Tuesday, and that empty net goal, like pulling the goalie down 4-1 just to finish 5-1. I was so pissed off about that one. So that was fun. But yeah, I would expect a response from Tampa here. I think the early money was justified. Definitely lean under, but I don't know. Could see also Tampa scoring like 6 on Winnipeg here because they've been kind of bleeding chances a little bit too.
All right. No under here, but so money predicted the under. Wrong. No bet. Let's move on to.
Hold on.
Whoa,
sorry. So money.
I'm assuming So Money has
So
the
Money
under
has a play
here.
on this
one. so I did bet the under. I like it to -120. There's still it's still available there, and it goes back to Alex's point last game too, that you do expect Tampa Bay to respond, and if we bet them to respond last game and it didn't quite work out for them, like why wouldn't we expect them to respond here as well, right? So they're a good defensive team. I know that Alex kind of turned off Winnipeg giving up chances, and yeah, that's going to be a concern. But I think that if Winnipeg was playing defensively like how they want to play, and if like Hellebuck was at his standard, this total would be a 5.5. So we are at a 6 based on the concerns we have out of Winnipeg in this game. So I think that that's accounted for, and that's why I do think that we do have an edge here on the under at the 6.
All right, under 6, -124 at FanDuel, -120s and -118 out there as well. 2 games left on the board. Do us a huge favor. Smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. And if you're listening to this on audio form over on Spotify, maybe a little bit after the show because you couldn't join us live.
Did Korpisalo get confirmed here?
Korpisalo just got confirmed. Rate and review 5 stars.
That sucks. All right, so just wait to bet Boston. I still like Boston, but just wait now.
Okay, wait to bet Boston. Korpisalo in for the Bruins. 2 games left here. Ottawa taking on the Calgary Flames. Ottawa -176 on the money line. Totals at 6 juice towards the under -124. So money, I'll let you lead with this one. Anything you like in this game?
No. Ottawa took money as they should. They're the side in this game, I believe. But even with the money that they're taking here, I'm not going to be betting Calgary in this game. So I got nothing here, and there's no reason to think that Ottawa doesn't take care of business.
All right, Alex, anything you like in this game?
Yeah, I'm running it back here with an over. There's over 6+ money, but there's also an over 5.5 -112, which is fantastic. Yeah, I did this. I also, again, I would say don't rush this one like we did the other day. That Dallas Calgary game, I talked about how Flames games have been more high event. They're generating a lot, even though they're not necessarily consistently scoring, and they're also giving up a decent amount. We saw that against Dallas. I think the same thing here. This is an Ottawa team that can generate a lot, and they're not getting goaltending to be playing in these 5.5 games. So yeah, another over here for me. I like it up to the 6+ monies, but obviously there's some 5.5. Well, you know what? 6+ money at our friends at FanDuel. So let's go with that.
All right, you like the over at the 6 + 102. I got bad news. It seems like slight head-to-head maybe for me, because I actually like the under 2.5 -110 on the Calgary Flames team total in this game. I know
That's
Ottawa's
fine. It's
like
another 6-1 Ottawa. We'll
yeah,
get us
there we go. Yeah, Ottawa scores a ton of goals, so there's a way that we can get there. And if you're feeling frisky, you might be able to parlay it together. Actually, you can't parlay it together, so maybe find another, maybe somewhere else you can parlay it together. But under 2.5 -110. I know that the Senators goalies stink, but you know what's even worse than the Senators goalies is this Calgary Flames offense. And I don't know. Is there a chance that Kadri sits out this game? Is that like even a possibility?
Yeah, I mean, especially if he gets, like, if they're close to a deal. I don't think so. He's not a pending UFA, so I don't think they'd have to like sit him out of precaution. But like, if they're really close to a deal, I think they would sit him. So it's definitely possible something materializes and that he ends up not playing.
So, anyways, smallest chance that happens. Again, this Flames team just kind of sucks. I don't care how bad the goaltending is for Ottawa. We're going to go under 2.5 at -110 for Calgary's team. Total. Last game on the board. Oh, wait. Sorry. So money. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or neutral?
I like that one.
All right. There we go. It's a double best bet from So Money there. New York Islanders taking on the Los Angeles Kings. -140 right now for the Kings on the money line. Totals at 5.5, juice towards the over, -118. Alex, I'll start with you with this one. Anything you like in this game?
Just get So Money to give out an Islanders bet and let's move on with it. I got nothing here. I don't hate the Kings as much as he does, especially with Hiller gone. But I don't like them enough to bet them here, even though I am somewhat anti-Islanders, and I don't think this is a great team. But yeah, we were able to get home with the Ducks last night.
Quack, quack.
Mentioned that one in the Discord. We ended up getting the price that we wanted there, so I did bet some Ducks. But I'm not rushing to bet Kings here. So nothing for me, and I'm excited to find out why So Money likes the Islanders.
So Money, you like the Islanders here?
I do, and I bet them. I like them down to +110. Just look at this number here, right? Like, what are we doing pricing the Kings like this? This team sucks, right? Like, I don't know how many ways I have to say this. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're done. Even with the coach bump or whatever you want to, whatever bump you want to give them after Hiller, like it just doesn't matter. And like the Islanders are the Islanders aren't even that good of a team either. They're an average team, but that's how bad the Kings are that I rushed to bet the Islanders here when we had like into the +120s. So yeah, I'm good with the Islanders. I think that the Kings really shouldn't be priced like this.
All right. Kings shouldn't be priced like this. They're getting too much respect. Maybe that's Alex's fault for talking them up the entire year. But yeah, Alex is talking them up. Maybe presented a big opportunity for So Money to come in on that +116 at FanDuel. That wraps it up. That's about it. Yeah, I'm just looking at some futures. Maybe we dip into some. There's not really that much available. I was going to say maybe we talk Calder, but Matthew Schaefer is -8,000 to win Rookie of the Year, which, you know, another thing that Alex was wrong about preseason.
Damn it all, Rourke, right now. Go bet it.
Anyways, before we head out, do you guys like any futures? I know a couple people have been banging the table maybe for Andrei Vasilevsky to win the Vezina, -145. Is it too? Is it still good right now? Anything you guys like still available in the awards markets?
It's the Bortolucci special right there. Vasi to win the Vezina. I agree with him though. I think that was a good bet. I still like. I was going to do a deep dive in the futures markets in the newsletter this week, but I'm souring on it a little bit, but I still like John Cooper +165 right now for the Jack Adams. With Buffalo winning consistently still, like, you're going to need them to finish like third in the division and, you know, Tampa to win the East. But I think John Cooper's never won before, and they've had so many injuries this year. For them to win the East with like all the injuries they've endured, I think that he deserves it. But Buffalo's been so bad for so long that it also feels like now they're not secured in the top 3 in the Atlantic, but like I think they're going to finish top 3. So it's going to be tougher. It's going to be tougher for Cooper now. I still would give it to Cooper. I think this is like a good roster. I don't necessarily think it's all down to rough. They've been healthy this year and stuff too, but yeah, I still like Cooper +165. I think that's more of a 50-50 right now.
Yeah, Tampa Bay right now to get the most points in the Eastern Conference at -130 would be hard to deny, like you mentioned, with all the injuries that they had to deal with. Anything you like, or do you want to? How about do us a favor here? What about other sports future?
Oh, all right. Let's see what I got here.
Wait, hold on. You're not allowed to give out the World Baseball Classic Dominican Republic. That's been given out too many times here.
All right, so we're not gonna do that. All right, let's go NBA.
Okay.
Just want to see if the number's still available. That's fine. So Utah, Washington over 244.
Utah, Washington over 244. 243.5 at FanDuel -108. Go for it. Go. Awesome stuff there. So money. Appreciate you. That's it. That's it for the segment. Appreciate you guys joining the show. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Alex, you gave me the eyes. Anything we're missing here?
No, not at all. Sorry, my eyes just have shifty eyes. That's all. Just I'm just always looking at different things here. I'm just trying to.
Any trades? No. Okay. All right.
No trades. No trades.
Well, Well, Buffalo, if you need a defenseman that can play on the right side, that's really tall and is pretty good. He's left-handed shooting, but he plays for the Leafs, and you might want him. His name's Oliver Ekman-Larsson. We'll take the exact same return. Thank you very much. Anyways, Alex, so many appreciate you guys joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff, as always. Drop a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on our guest for today. Shout out So Money. Shout out Alex Moretto. Shout out Peter Appel. Great show for today. And shout out to you guys for tuning in, always sticking around.
And Bet Stamp.
Show. Shout out to Bet Stamp as well, because if you guys, I don't know if you guys curious to hear what they thought about my plays, because I feel like I kind of did some good stuff there.
And Charles Saul said breaking news, but let's move on.
Breaking news. Wait, hold on. Charles, drop that in the chat.
Come on, let's pay the bills. Bet Stamp, baby. Bet Stamp.
We'll get to the breaking news in just a second here. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors over at Bet Stamp. Charles, I'm actually curious. Hurry up and drop in the comments. Anyways, if you're betting at a high level and you haven't tried BetStamp Pro, you're honestly flying blind. BetStamp Pro is offering a 14-day free trial right now. Lets you compare odds across 200-plus sportsbooks and prediction markets in real time, so you can actually see where the best price is before you place a bet. Every line on the screen is benchmarked against BetStamp's proprietary True Line, built using years of historical pricing data for some of the sharpest books in market. So instead of guessing, if you're getting value, you can quickly spot when your book is off and where to get the best numbers. Scan the QR code on screen or head to the link in the description to start your 14-day free trial of BetStamp Pro today. QR code on screen. Click that stuff.
Also, Charles said not actual breaking news. Also, it's crazy with the trade that Calgary and Utah made yesterday, because Calgary now has 8 of the 67 picks in the first couple rounds this year.
Well, the first 3 rounds, yeah. All right, interesting stuff there. We'll see what they can do with it. Not really a big fan of what Craig Conroy? What Craig Conroy's done so far for the Flames, but we'll see what happens there.
Live and you learn.
We'll see.
The Leafs got a first. That's all that matters.
We'll see what happens there. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Charles, I'm actually disappointed. I'm gonna give you a 5-second ban. Not actual news, but predicting Broadbent's trade. That's not news. Be better. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. You know the drill. Smash the like button. Tell your friends. Drop a comment if you're listening on audio podcasts. In audio podcast form. Wow, that's a mouthful. Review 5 stars. We only have 5 reviews. If everyone watching right now reviewed it, we'd have more reviews. So if you have time today, go check out the Hammer Daily on Apple, on Spotify, and leave us a review. Let us know your thoughts. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Shout out again, like I said, to Peter. Shout out to So Money. Shout out to Alex. I didn't get mad at somebody. I got to do that next time. Forgot to do that. Anyways, appreciate you guys for tuning in. This has been the Thursday, March 5th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Bang Network, presented by our good friends at FanDuel. We will see you guys right here tomorrow.